Joined now by Syracuse head coach Gary Gait, Weekly Media. We'll open it up for questions.
Gary, how have you just handled the kind of the frantic pace you've been on here with 3 games in 7 days and a lot of lacrosse?
3 games in a week? I don't remember any Syracuse teams really doing this, so. And it wasn't by design. It was supposed to be just a midweek game, 2 games in a week, or 3 games in 8-9 days, and unfortunately we're 3 games in 7 days, so it's fun. You're not waiting around for the next game. You're right into preparing for a new opponent, and our staff's been working really hard to make sure we're prepared for all these games, and so far so good.
Just wanted to ask you about Mason and how he's been doing at the face-off X. And are you surprised he's stepped right in and done this, considering his background? And I think you even mentioned it. Never had fall ball and never dedicated to it.
No, I honestly am. I was hoping it would be like this. I really was, and talking to him, watching how he works, you would think that it would lead you to believe these were the results he would get. He's incredibly driven, smart, and he knows every little aspect of the face-off, and he works at it all. And with that type of effort, you would think, oh, this kid's got to be good, and he actually is. So it's been great. It really has.
Kind of building off of that, with Mason having some success, you also had Johnny having some success to start the season. So how big is that now to have 2 guys that you can really trust in? And if one guy starts to struggle, having that guy you can count on.
We're kind of at phase 1 still, right? We haven't played ACC, Big Ten opponents, top ranked, top 10 teams yet, and we have plenty of those ahead of us. So those will be the real tests. The numbers they're putting up are crazy right now, but let's wait and see what happens when we go against the best of the best.
Usually, playing a team for the first time is difficult, but you have a little insight into this man.
We do.
Journey. What's been like to have?
Well, that's it. He's got the scout together. He thinks he knows what they'll do. They may try and change a couple things. I don't know, but we'll be prepared for a lot of things, and we'll be ready to make adjustments. So that's really the key. And the advantage is we have a coach that knows this team very well.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Joey. Last season, through the first 2 games, didn't have an assist. He has 9 through 2 games this year. Just what have you seen from him in that department so far, especially with this?
You know what? He's a sophomore now. He understands that ball movement's key to this offense. Coach March has built this offense around moving the ball, moving your feet, and not just watching one guy do it all. So he knows that when the ball hits his stick, he's got a good shot to find someone open, and he's been doing a nice job so far.
Have you seen him kind of pass guys open, like if a pass wasn't there, or if a guy wasn't open? Have you seen him pass guys open this year?
A little bit, definitely, but our goal's not to try and, force things either. At this point, I think we're executing and guys are getting pretty open, so it's easy to find. We don't have to, pass guys open at this point, but I think that if we need to, he'll be ready.
Coach, obviously, gets Colgate. They played a little bit differently on the defensive side, letting Joey sit behind at X basically the entire game, allowing cutters to just follow through. Through film from Manhattan, have you guys noticed anything different? Obviously, you're not going to see a team like Colgate play that way, but are you going to have to import Joey in a different way that you haven't been able to do?
Well, I think we can play him. He played multiple positions on the field with Christian Muley back there. He's played up on the wing, so we can make adjustments with him in multiple ways. So if they're going to press out behind, shut off X, we'll move them upfield. I'm sure that'll be an easy adjustment.
Coach, is there any update on Landon Clare, who got injured on Monday, and Jackson Burtwhistle hasn't played yet this year?
Well, we're hoping Burtwhistle will be back, and don't know what Clary's scenario is yet, but I'm sure we'll have that for you guys soon. But hopefully we're just trying to keep everybody healthy as best we can and get some of these guys back and have a solid year without too many injuries.
Gary, what's the emphasis been in practice this week?
It's been prep. because we've been, one team to the next. So the emphasis is really on execution and being ready to play and knowing what, especially against Colgate, who plays very different than most teams, trying to get ready for them in one day. We had to do some work in advance to be ready for that game, and I'm glad we did. I think it really paid off. And, so different types of opponents means you got to get these guys' mindsets set up differently for each of them. So, we've kind of flipped the switch back to more of a traditional type, man-to-man defense and what they like to do in the rides and clears. And hopefully we got the lacrosse IQ that we can make those adjustments and just keep moving forward.
2 more questions.
Speaking of adjustments, with Clary going down, I know you say you hope that he'll be back. Are you going to see any positional adjustments coming up for this game with guys maybe playing a little bit further forward?
I don't think we've had some depth at. We got lots of players in the short stick D midfield. It's just kids are going to get opportunities now, so we're going to see use the depth a little bit more, and hopefully couple players will step up, make some big plays, and really kind of rise to the occasion. So that's what we're hoping for.
Last one with Josh.
Coach, like you said, obviously not the competition you're going to be facing in conference, but after 2 dominant wins, how hard is it to try to find different things to improve on, and what kind of things do you want to see this team improve on?
Well, that like very end of practice, we get lots to improve on. We did not play perfect lacrosse by any means, but we got plenty of opportunities. We can clean up the mistakes, and I've been harping on all year. It's not about the opponent you play; it's how you play. If you execute your game and you play at your level, and you want to improve every game, you're going to have success. So that's kind of our focus moving through this season, one game at a time. And we're 2-0 and on to number 3 tomorrow.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Coach. Thank you, Coach.